Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. I would like to apologize ahead of time because I'm not too savvy with video and PowerPoint. Uh, so if y'all could just bear with me on it. Um, okay, let's get started. This is a ORGL 4361 Capstone 2 course. And I will be talking about the journey of learning my leadership role. Let's get started. My journey in learning the role of a leader was not a planned one. My name, by the way, is Wilton F. Eversley. I'm not only a senior student, I'm also a new practitioner in an organizational leadership reflective role. My anticipated position will be an entry-level leadership role. I'm still on an ongoing leadership learning journey. I hope to show the viewers what I've learned so far, which is my purpose for this video PowerPoint presentation. I will reflect on four major areas of my ORGL course. Let's get started. At the beginning of the required coursework, I was not a leader, so I thought. My coursework opened my mind in a way that I saw the leadership roles I unknowingly excelled at. I'm reflecting on a specific time when I realized I led my peers growing up in every sport or adventure. I didn't ask to be the leader of the group, I was chosen to be their leader. In my coursework, we had a section on leadership traits, actions, and behaviors, and if they played a role in being an effective leader, and if they influenced the outcome, or if they were born a leader. From the coursework, I believed I was born a leader. Most people will call it natural talent in your lifetime. Who knows what will change in the 5 years? As was taught in the issues in organizational leadership class, I learned that the only way to get the issues that were related to the organization might have a specific way that their leaders are supposed to adhere to, especially when there is a lack of communication and experience that you and I will need to get the job done. In the Marine Corps phase of my life, I was chosen to be a leader once again. After boot camp, leaders changed and leadership styles also changed. My newly found superpower was a democratic style. This brings me to my class, data-driven decision making, which showed me a pattern that an effective leader will utilize when information or data like recruit feedback or by collecting the amount of work minus time equals money to form a useful tool to help you with your company and even your family's progress. I was a leader in my church. We have this group called the Pathfinders, which is kind of a combination of the Girl and Boy Scouts, but solely based on church doctrine. Behaviors, ethics, and leadership is a class that motivated my learning experience. As I taught those Pathfinders how to follow commands, I knew I had to keep them interested in the program, so I showed them by example. And class also convinced me that ethical choices can be used for organization and the groups. There are behaviors that can make effective leadership positions easy to transition into. For example, having great communication skills and listening skills. During a project or leadership job, an efficient and effective leader will keep their workers abreast with case studies, discussions, and self-assessment exercises to better understand the importance of critical thinking in a positive way. In leadership theory, I learned that everybody has one. Just kidding. I've come to realize as a Democratic leader, I need to loosen up a little and remember where I started on my path to leadership success with the coursework and my life and work experiences. I learned in order to understand the theories of the organization's internal managerial ways of analyzing the data, problems, and situations that will produce their projects and day-to-day operations. An effective leader will address and plan for any basic disputes in the meantime and in the future. That last paragraph was from a handout that was on and in the coursework rubric area. So let's keep moving forward. The class in leading change allowed me to analyze the results of the situations that are all on the relevant information spectrum that correlates with the organization's always changing issues. With the leading change coursework, I learned that the only other thing that can be sure of is the way that I lead my workers to get the goals set forth by the organization internally and externally, while strategically providing positive feedback on what we need to change. Well, finally, the last class. In Capstone 2, I learned how to optimize my analytical skills and obtain skills I didn't know I had. For example, problem solving and critical thinking. On my coursework pathway, enlightened my belief that I am a leader. I created my own strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat analysis that allow me to strategically plan using the SWOT, which showed a pattern that I can adjust when needs to be kept, what needs to be kept, increased, decreased, or totally removed from the organizational change moving forward. That was a tongue twister. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. What was your process? Well, my process consisted of 4 steps, basic steps that I thought that helped me move along. One was I believed that I could become an effective leader with the ORGL coursework, not by myself, because I didn't know diddly squat other than what I thought I knew. So process number 2, I needed the support of my family, which you will need because there'll probably be some long days and nights until you get a hang of it. If you are already in a leadership position, this will just enhance it to move you forward. I could utilize my previous personal and work experiences. I thought about that, and they will come in handy. I will be able to finish this degree program. Now, that's just like the first week or two, right? Now, here comes process number 3. Once I began, I realized that the coursework was not what I expected it to be. It was tough, I think, for me, coming back into educational realm, above my glorious 50s. So I tried to move on to number 4, which is with the help of my professor I began to understand the meaning of leadership. Now, those processes uh, are pretty interchangeable. Uh, so, whatever the situation is, uh, those processes will also change. Uh, so you can move forward. And that's the beauty of being in a leadership role. Change is inevitable, and it's nice to have a say in it going forward. So keep that in mind as well. Now, the importance, I believe the importance of this coursework is to lay a foundation for the next generation of young leaders. And I can agree that this is a great foundation to start with moving forward so you can get to the next level. And the relevance, the ORGL coursework can not only be used for your leadership in the workplace, but also your leadership outside of the workplace, like where you volunteer at, or at your home, your family. Now, it sounds weird, but it works. Now, the significance, the ORGL coursework has the quality of conveying the accurate steps in learning and working with different types of relevant leadership levels. A leader will have to excel at becoming effective and efficient using the skills you learn during the coursework. Moving forward, you will have significant challenges in the coursework and when you get to your new leadership role, if you haven't been in one already. And if you are in one, it'll enhance it, what you already know. And you can implement it immediately in your organization. So let's move on to the next slide. What are your next steps? My next steps would be, now as a leader, I've gotten to know myself as an empathetic, democratic style conveyor of the necessary information that will propel my workers and my organization to the next level. I got a little tongue tied on that word. Sorry about that. But soon I will try to get a new job in logistical management. If I cannot obtain the career path I chose, I would like to have the opportunity to work with the support team of the ORGL program for further assistance, which you can do too if you feel overwhelmed or underwhelmed in and out of the program. As for now, I will fine tune the areas that I need to improve, and then I will have the complete tools needed for the position I desire. I will be an asset to the company as a great leader in the long run. Now, assets can be moved around, but they don't usually get rid of them. So, but like I said, things change, technology changes, society changes, community changes. So let's be mindful of everything around us and especially in front of us. Don't look back, look forward. And I guarantee you, you will get where you're going, one way or the other. So thank you for listening, and I hope this slide was informative and beneficial to someone out there in some way. Thank you. God bless you. Go Lions.